Hello and welcome to Lehagan Partnership Program. In this video, we're going to talk about why we should invest in intrusion alarm system business. Do you know that in India, among all the crime rates, you have 38% registered crimes among theft and burglary. And also, only in the national capital, Delhi, you have annually 1,80,000 thefts are registered, and every 1 hour, 20 cases are registered, and every 1.5 to 2 minutes across India, there are theft attempts are happening. And this is what happening in our country. When you talk about intrusion alarm system, people always think about security system means it is surveillance camera. But actually, when you see in the security system, surveillance camera plays a very minimal role, and the 90% of the role is played by alarm system. 40 years back, 50 years back in Western countries, when they used to construct their home, and if a owner wants to buy that home has to be registered. It should be insured. Without insurance, they can't buy the property. For insurance, it is mandate to keep all the alarm system in their property, and then the owner will come and buy the property. The same way, when security system started coming to the market, I'm talking about surveillance market, people started adapting in Western countries. So initially, they had alarm systems for many years to protect their homes, to prevent the all the thefts, and then they started having surveillance camera as a add-on benefit to see what is happening in and around our houses. But in India, when you see for last 10 to 15 years, when the surveillance camera market started to come, people started to buy surveillance camera when they forgot the alarm system, which we never been installed in our properties. Surveillance cameras helps us to view and monitor the cameras. It helps you to see what is happening, but it will never alert you or alarm you. It can only record the event. But in the case of alarm system, it always not records any events, but it will prevent the event when the action is going to happen. When you talk about alarm system, today everyone wants alarm system because they want to protect their houses. Many customers have no knowledge about alarm system. They just go and buy a camera or 4 channel of cameras and they'll just install in their houses and they think their house is protected. That is not protected. Your house has taken the first step to security system environment. The only thing can help you is by adding your alarm system in your home. We were looking about the market of alarm system, and now do you really have a market in India when you talk about the growth in alarm system? There are multiple brands in India. They are doing a phenomenal job in protecting everyone's property. I don't want to say this brand is good, but I want to recommend any alarm system. If it can help you with seamless communication with a two-tier securities, it definitely helps you out. In general, when anyone wants to put an alarm system, they should make sure they have a few features are there in the product. One is the power backup, because in alarm system, always the people those who are going to attempt your house, they try to see if you can power outrage your property, and if you have battery as a backup, it definitely helps you in keeping the main panel we call as hub or a control system. It can be always powered up. And second thing is on the communication part. Always we tend to have internet as a the primary source of communication. I'm talking about the wired connection. If you have Wi-Fi in your home, or if you have a 2 SIM card slots provided in the control panel, this definitely helps you to make sure that the panel is completely stable enough to make sure that someone is trying to attempt in your home property. Do you know that in general, to design a home with alarm system is very simple. You have to find the weak spots in your property. If you go to your normal houses or any commercial property, or even you talk about the White House, the president of US White House, any house if you go, there are only few weak points you can easily address it. One is the main doors and the side doors and the terrace doors, and you have to keep door sensors in those main door. So you'll have one in the frame and you'll have one in the moving door. So when the both the sensors are placed like this, when you arm the system, even someone's trying to open the door, right, it automatic alarm the system. The same thing applies for your windows, or the same thing applies for even your glass partitions or moving glass panels. So for doors and windows and glass partition, you can always use the door contact or a window sensor for that matter. And second thing is, you talk about the inside the houses, you have a lot of areas, say a living room or a bedroom or a balcony area. You always have for indoor application motion sensors. Today, many brands come up with motion cam sensor, which means You have a camera within the motion sensor. Those cameras you cannot monitor like surveillance camera. And whenever there is a motion triggers, the camera take the images, it will forward to your application, and you will know whether the triggered motion is actually a active alert, or is it just a rat or a cat passed through it. So you will find the alert's significance, whether it is really a fake alert or a false alert, or is it really someone entered your property. The same thing applies for your outdoor. You have an outdoor sensor which comes generally with IP65 rating, 63 ratings. So based on IP60 ratings, you can put your outdoor sensors. All the sensors will have their own distances and the dimensions also. I'm talking about the area coverage. So based on that, you can suit your motion sensor both indoor and outdoor. And also you have something called curtain sensors. Curtain sensors are used for passages or pathway. For example, if there is a wardrobe in your living room and you do not want your maid to touch the wardrobe, you can have a small curtain sensors. And that sensor will have a 6 degree or 3 degree of wide length of 9 meter or 10 meter beam, depends on the brand you use. And then someone tries to keep the hand on the wardrobe. The thin curtain wall is being distracted or being disturbed, and then the alarm will be triggered in your property. The same thing applies for outdoor sensors. You have outdoor curtain sensors which come for bigger view and bigger distance, which helps you in providing protecting like a virtual fences. In general, when there is a you have a closed wall, you do not want the curtain sensor in the outdoor. The motion sensor outdoors perform, it is enough to perform the application for you, or the whatever the things you want to do in. But in the case of curtain sensor, when you have an open property, you want to make a virtual fence, the outdoor curtains can definitely make a big impact in your properties. And then you have something called the fire detector or a smoke detector or a water leaks detector. You can use that product, depends on your need and depends on the client's requirement. And then you have a panic buttons. Usually the panic buttons are used for the elders when they have hang in as a necklace, or when have in their hand as a wristband. They can always press it, or they can keep next to your bed, or in the bathroom the fixed panic button is there. When in case of any threat, or if they fall down, they can press the panic button. The immediate alert goes to the family member, and they can go and address the one who's in need actually. And then you have as an outdoor outputs or indoor outputs, you have sirens, both indoor sirens and outdoor sirens, and you have an app notification and you have a call notification. So alarm systems make sure that your home is completely protected and also taken care. You have two types of alarm systems. One is wireless systems and wired system. Today, because of the advancement in the technology, people prefer wireless system. Keeping in mind, it's very easy to install. It's a battery operated one. You can just remove it and change the battery, or it's easy if there's fault in the property in the product, you can just blow it off and add a new one. So people prefer in nowadays a wireless alarm system. It's easy to install. And if you have a construction home, if you're constructing the property, you can always go with the wired system. The thing is, once you make an infrastructure for a sensor, you cannot add sensor or remove sensor any other places. You have to make a pre-provision during your construction. For all the completed house or existing properties, it is always good to go with the wireless sensors. And wireless sensor and wired sensor both functions the same way. There is no much differences in the output or performance in general in the market. And also, when you talk about the alarm system itself, it makes your home more safer. You can have multiple access, multiple users, and all the family members will have the same access of your property. As admin, maybe like a father figure is admin of the property. They can also control which rooms can be restricted by the other users, and all those things comes. And if you have a commercial property, or if you want to integrate with a third party central monitoring station, you can always integrate your home or your property with a third party person or CMS station, and they will have a quick response team in case if you're not in the property or outside of the home. You can have to pay a monthly rental to them, and they will send a quick response team in case there's an emergency or alert is happened. When you talk about alert system or alarm system or intrusion market, this is globally a growthful market, and everybody needs an alarm system to protect their houses. Today, a lot of NRIs, those who are living abroad, they're looking for kind of a solution to protect their houses. When they go to an architect, when they build the houses, go to consultant, all the wiring is done. They do not know how to protect their property. They just go with adding a security surveillance cameras. It is good to add surveillance cameras on your property, but it is mandate to have alarm system. It's a recommendation from our side, because alarm system can definitely protect your home and prevent all of the thefts. And there are many use cases we have seen in our experiences handling with multiple products and multiple customers. Alarm system have always helped them in safeguarding their properties than the surveillance cameras. And I really want to wish you, Lehagan here is there to help you out. If you have any queries on the sales point, if you have any queries on the technical point, a Lehagan team will always help you out and make sure that all your queries are resolved. And if you talk about the verticals and applications, you have multiple applications and verticals talking about the residential customers, apartments, individual houses, or high-end homes or bungalows, or the homes which are outside the city limit, or the homes which just have single parent, the houses with the elders, the houses with the disabled persons. All those houses can be targeted by the thefts and the burglar people to see is there any way to attempt it. And we focus on those customers to help them out to give a solution. And when you talk about the commercials, you can go to commercial warehouses, shops. Today, when you go to a normal supermarket or a hardware shop, they always have a stock of 30 to 40 lakhs within their shops. They have a shutter and close it and go off. You don't know that the 40 lakhs of stock has been much lot of time. You can see the thefts have happened in the commercial places. They may not even know because the surveillance camera never works in commercial places most of the time. We have seen in our cases. So it's a commercial clients, warehouses, retail shops, and jewelry showrooms, banks, all those property can be protected using alarm systems. If you have any questions related to intrusion alarm system or so-called burglar alarm system or home automation, you can always reach us. We are there here to help you, and we really wish you all the best for your business. Thank you so much.